I've been quiet for a minute because I've been collecting as much information as possible over the past month just so I can be accurate. And it's finally time to unleash the facts.
No one ever dogged
Yes, sir.
Oscar De La Hoya the way Floyd did. Every single press conference, he treated him like he was a.
Whether he can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight. His desire to be always noticed, always.
During a live interview with Stephen A. Smith, former champion Oscar De La Hoya sharply criticized Floyd Mayweather Jr., accusing him of prioritizing money, fame, and spectacle over the competitive spirit of boxing, and arguing that the sport is being pushed toward popularity-driven matchups instead of skill and heart. De La Hoya questioned Mayweather's constant focus on wealth and luxury, saying it sends the wrong message to young fighters and shifts attention away from legacy and merit, while warning that turning boxing into what he described as a cash-first show could hurt the sport's credibility and long-term integrity.
You say you want to be a world champion. You say you want to take this sport serious. Then take it serious. What is this? This is not a popularity contest.
Oscar De La Hoya explained that in his rivalry with Floyd Mayweather Jr., Floyd expertly embraced the villain role and deliberately shaped public perception by leaning into controversy and negative attention, while Oscar felt he had to carry the good guy image and promote the fight with extra effort to protect his reputation. He acknowledged that this strategy was clever and effective for selling the bout, but also suggested it showed a certain immaturity, arguing that Floyd relied more on trash talk and disrespect to build hype instead of keeping the spotlight strictly on skill, sportsmanship, and competitive integrity.
It's like that rivalry, the villain and the good guy, you know? And Floyd, this is where Floyd is smart. He knows how to play that villain guy, you know?
And you're promoting the fight.
Yeah, and I'm promoting the fight.
Yeah.
And I'm promoting the fight.
Oscar De La Hoya later reflected that their showdown produced unprecedented revenue, with the pay-per-view broadcast alone generating close to $400 million in a single night. He said the staggering total proved just how powerful their rivalry was in drawing global attention, while also underscoring that elite boxing at that level is driven as much by business and promotion as it is by competition inside the ring.
How much money did that generate?
At the time, yeah, it was the record-setting pay-per-view. I think we generated something like close to, all in, like close to 400 million. Yeah, in one night. So
Oscar De La Hoya has said that his motivation in boxing was rooted in pride, history, and personal legacy rather than chasing paychecks, explaining that he stepped into the ring to prove himself and secure a lasting place in the sport. He contrasted that mindset with Floyd Mayweather Jr., arguing that Floyd operates primarily from a profit-first perspective. While he gave Floyd credit for being extremely sharp in business, Oscar maintained that the focus on revenue and brand building outweighs the pursuit of greatness in the ring, whereas he views boxing as a craft built on passion, respect, and honor.
You didn't promote that fight with Mayweather. Would you have pulled out?
probably, yeah, probably, because there was too much. Put the money aside. For me, it's about pride. For me, it was about, man, I want to have a winning chance here.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has often faced criticism for repeatedly highlighting his wealth, particularly when discussing other fighters such as Anthony Joshua, with analysts suggesting that his heavy focus on money can overshadow his in-ring legacy. In a recent remark, Mayweather contrasted his blockbuster bout with Manny Pacquiao against events headlined by Anthony Joshua, arguing that his promotion generated enormous revenue without relying on massive stadium crowds, pointing to a reported $74 million gate as proof. His comments reinforced the image he projects of being in a league of his own, not only competitively but financially, further fueling debate about whether his public persona centers more on earnings and status than pure sporting legacy.
I guess, his, because, he talks about his money a lot, so he compared, his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua, and he was saying, basically, they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. Here, I'm going to let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
for generating, billions in the sport of boxing, or having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
I mean, and, you know, those guys done. You know, and I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Klitschko and the guy.
Some analysts interpret Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s repeated financial comparisons as a sign of competitiveness or possible insecurity, arguing that he frequently measures himself against other stars, particularly when discussing earnings and popularity, and that his remarks can sound defensive as he reasserts his position as boxing's top earner. Critics say this strong emphasis on money and status can distract from the more meaningful elements of his career, such as his technical achievements and influence on the sport, while speculation from commentators suggests the pattern may be driven by rivalry dynamics, especially when referencing high-profile fighters like Anthony Joshua, whose appeal extends beyond revenue figures alone.
And they said that this is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million game. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, you know, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know it. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
All right, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, you know, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, you know, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff. But, I mean, let's look at it like this. Jealousy, I noticed from Floyd, and it shouldn't be that way because Floyd, you know, regardless of what I had to say about his career, I have my opinions on it. You know, he was a A-level fighter. Skills out, you know, had skills, was a really skilled fighter, A-level fighter.
The rivalry between Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather Jr. stretches back to their blockbuster 2007 showdown, a fight widely seen as a career-defining moment for both men. The event was one of the biggest pay-per-view attractions of its era and helped elevate Mayweather from elite champion to mainstream superstar. While reported payout figures vary across sources, the bout undeniably marked his arrival as a top-tier PPV draw and reshaped the business side of his career.
We welcome into SportsCenter the former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, welcome back. We've missed you, Floyd.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not no former #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm just saying I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. No one has dethroned me, so how am I not pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you retired?
But have I ever been beat?
But what happens is you informed Ring Magazine you were
once again,
retiring as welterweight champion.
I already forgot who I'm talking to. I'm talking to Brian.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has rarely given much credit to Oscar De La Hoya for the success of their historic matchup, even though Oscar was widely considered the main draw at the time. Instead, Floyd has consistently argued that his own skill and star power carried the event, repeatedly defending his legacy in interviews by calling himself the best pound-for-pound fighter in boxing and brushing aside criticism from past champions, even downplaying De La Hoya's performance in their split decision bout and insisting the victory spoke for itself.
Top what I've done in 2 fights.
Well, one was with Oscar De La Hoya, who was the cash king.
I'm the cash cow, please.
Not compared to Oscar De La Hoya. Have you drawn as much as Oscar De La Hoya in pay-per-view, Floyd?
De La Hoya been on pay-per-view 1,000 times. It took me two times, 3.5 million homes. Me, Floyd Mayweather.
No, with Oscar De La Hoya, though.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't do nothing. Did he win?
It was a split decision loss, as a matter of fact.
Come on, man.
But it was with him.
Once again, like I said before, once again, we're talking to Brian Kinney, a man of many traits, a master of nothing.
Floyd, you waited over a year to come back. Why not wait one more weekend until Pacquiao and Hatton was over and we knew the winner?
I don't have to wait for nobody.
According to claims made by Oscar De La Hoya, after his bout with Floyd Mayweather Jr., Floyd's father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., privately told him he believed Oscar had done enough to win, even though the official decision awarded Floyd Jr. the victory. De La Hoya has also said their contract included a rematch clause that would have triggered if Floyd won. But he alleges that Floyd announced a temporary retirement immediately afterward and remained out of action just long enough for the clause to expire, which Oscar views as a calculated move to avoid a second fight, and what he considers an unresolved result.
As a fighter, you know, deep down inside, you know if you win or you lose. Did you know? I felt that I won. I felt that it can go either way, especially when Mayweather's father came straight at me and he goes, Oscar, you beat my son.
Wait, he told you right after the fight?
Oh, yeah. And a funny story about that too. We had a rematch clause in our contract. This is something I negotiated as well. If he beats me, I get a rematch. It was a 1 year clause. Guess what he did? He retired for 1 year and 1 day.
Are you joking?
No. True story. Nobody knows this, but it's in the contract.
What? So how often did you guys try to get another thing going? It was always, no, not interested. No, not interested.
Yeah, not interested. I'm retiring. I'm out of the sport. But sure enough, a day after that contract was over, he announces his unretirement.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has built his public persona around being the greatest in boxing, both in skill and earnings, and he often reacts strongly to suggestions that another fighter might rank above him. Instead of ignoring comparisons, he tends to push back, defend his record, and question the credentials of those mentioned alongside him, whether it's Canelo Alvarez's current dominance, Manny Pacquiao's legacy, or emerging contenders, repeatedly emphasizing his undefeated status and financial success. And even in retirement, he continues to draw attention through comments and appearances, reinforcing his image as the standard everyone else is measured against and showing how central the top spot remains to his identity.
Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. In the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Oscar De La Hoya has openly criticized Floyd Mayweather Jr., calling him the most overrated fighter in boxing history and arguing that Mayweather's career, while undefeated, relied heavily on strategic matchups rather than facing the era's top-tier legends. De La Hoya contends that unlike icons such as Muhammad Ali, Mayweather never confronted opponents with comparable historical significance, and that true greatness in boxing comes not just from numbers or pay-per-view success, but from taking on challenges that genuinely test a fighter's legacy, sparking widespread debate about whether Mayweather's career was more about avoiding risks than proving himself against the sport's best.
Who's an overrated boxer? Well, you don't want to get in trouble here.
I don't mind.
All right.
Overrated boxer, fighter, most overrated, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Really?
Yes.
He's not a great boxer.
No, he is a great, but his resume is not one like Sugar Ray Leonard or one like Muhammad Ali.
Oscar De La Hoya has been highly critical of Floyd Mayweather Jr., particularly for prioritizing money over legacy. De La Hoya points out that Mayweather has turned the sport into a spectacle by cashing in on non-traditional fights against social media stars and YouTubers, such as his exhibition bout with Logan Paul, where viewership and celebrity appeal outweighed competitive skill. While Mayweather profited handsomely, De La Hoya argues that this approach undermines boxing's integrity, noting the irony in Floyd dismissing fighters like Ryan Garcia as just a YouTuber despite having built his own empire by exploiting the same influencer-driven audience.
Talking about skid Ryan Garcia. Tank got his followers from kicking ass. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
What the fuck? So Ryan Garcia's not a fighter? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I don't care where his followers come from, if they come from fucking Mars. The fact is that Ryan's followers are selling this fight. And plus, don't you remember you fought YouTubers? Are you putting YouTubers down? You profited from them. I can't with you, dude. You're fucking dumbass. I can't wait. April 22nd, Ryan Garcia fucking knocking out Tank Davis.
Oscar De La Hoya has strongly criticized Floyd Mayweather Jr. for prioritizing money over legacy, especially through his exhibition matches. De La Hoya argues that while Mayweather has amassed millions by fighting social media personalities like Logan Paul, these spectacles focus more on entertainment and cash than genuine competition or skill. He believes boxing should honor the sport and build a lasting legacy, challenging the best fighters and making real sacrifices in the ring, values he feels Mayweather has set aside in favor of flashy, lucrative exhibitions that boost his Money Mayweather brand, but do little to cement him as an all-time great.
Okay, Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
Jeff Mayweather revealed that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s animosity toward Oscar De La Hoya went far beyond a typical rivalry, rooted in Floyd's inability to accept anyone surpassing him, particularly in financial power. At the time, De La Hoya was boxing's cash cow, generating massive pay-per-view revenue. But Floyd couldn't tolerate sharing the spotlight and often belittled Oscar publicly at press events. Analysts argue that this relentless need for attention, both in and out of the ring, has hindered Mayweather's effectiveness as a promoter, as his egotistical approach overshadows his fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis and Adrian Broner, preventing them from fully realizing their potential, while Floyd prioritizes self-promotion over elevating others.
Whether he can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight, his desire to be always noticed, always the one that is at the center of attention. You know what I mean? It's like, you look at Adrian Broner, he's supposed to have beef with Tank Davis now. Throwing him in there with Lomachenko, which I think he's ready for Lomachenko now.
Analysts further argue that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s choices, including his exhibition bout with Logan Paul, reflect a prioritization of personal profit over the integrity of boxing. While these spectacle fights generate massive revenue, they do little to enhance Mayweather's legacy or validate his promotional efforts. Observers contend that his focus on spotlight and financial gain comes at the expense of nurturing upcoming talent, illustrating a pattern where Floyd's self-interest often overshadows the long-term health of the sport and the careers of the fighters he is meant to promote.
Who he's promoting or anything like that, it makes it worse and it makes it more obvious because he's promoting these guys. He doesn't like the idea of anyone shining. And that's the egotistical mindset of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's always going to be that person. Not too long ago when Andre Ward was still fighting, and this was like a year and a half ago, he had words to say about Andre Ward, and Andre Ward's a stand-up guy. Okay. He's the type of guy that he has something to say about you. He's going to say it to you. He's not really going to go on social media and blast you. He's a straightforward guy. But Floyd said, derogatory things about Andre Ward. And he took offense to it, and it comes back to just jealousy. Floyd is one of those type of guys.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and behind-the-scenes stories. Until next time, keep watching, stay curious, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.